Hey guys, it's King Cloud here. Today I'm going to go ahead and do my persuasive speech, and I've went ahead and titled this Kobe Bryant versus Michael Jordan and why Kobe Bryant is the better basketball player. I know y'all guys are already judging hard on me, but just go ahead and hopefully in these next 3 points, y'all guys will see a little differently. Hopefully I may persuade you guys that Kobe Bryant is legitimately the better basketball player out of the two of them. And I went ahead and broke my categories down into stats for both players, the talent in both players' respective primes, and the success on and off the court for both players. Okay, I understand that it is a very unpopular opinion that Kobe Bryant is the better basketball player. But in these 3 categories, just go ahead and listen a little bit. You might be shocked on what you find. In my first category being stats, I had to go ahead and pull this off NBA.com because it was the only reliable source that I could find for the actual stats of both players. And I found that Kobe Bryant is trailing on points for each game over his career, which would be at 25 points per game, while Michael Jordan did beat him at 30 points per game. Keep in mind that Michael Jordan played only roughly 16 seasons for in the NBA, and Kobe Bryant put out a full 20. Okay, that could differentiate that a little bit. But the other stats, as far as assists, rebounds, blocks, steals, turnover ratio, minutes per game, are almost identical. There may be like a 0.2 difference in Michael Jordan's favor or 1 in Kobe's favor, but they are identical. So, you go down to the championships. Kobe Bryant only won 5 championships in his 20 seasons playing in the NBA, while Michael Jordan won 6. So in that perspective, Michael Jordan did have a more successful career. Not being a better basketball player. Keep that in mind. Going to my second point, which I got this from BleacherReport.com, and the article was Talent in the 80s and 90s, and this was actually put out by Ron Howard. And for those that don't know who Ron Howard is, he's actually Michigan men's basketball's head coach right now. He played for the Fab Five back in the early 1990s. So he was around in the time frame that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant were both in. And he played in the league during such time. And in his article, and I really enjoyed this article, learned a lot of things from it, but in this article, he goes ahead and he talks about how Michael Jordan played against people that would start in the NBA, start a game. He played against a guy in the NBA Finals, sorry about the background, but he played in the NBA Finals against a guy named Kukulin, who is a male, or a Caucasian male, who is 7 foot. But this guy started 3 years in the NBA and then would later go and be an accountant after his 3 years in the NBA. So just by thinking like that, the time frame that Michael Jordan played in, the competition was not as athletic as it is today. It was a lot of the players were not as skillful, okay, and just right down, they didn't have the enhancements that today's players do and today's competition do. So Michael Jordan was effectively playing against. Don't get me wrong, he was a major athlete, but he's playing. It's like playing. It's like a starter playing against the JV squad. It just, you're going to rack up a lot of points and you're going to have a lot of success against those underdeveloped and way less athletic players. Whereas Kobe Bryant played his career against people like Carmelo Anthony in his prime, who is a great player, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steve Nash, just Vince Carter, just absolutely dominant and athletic players that were known for their explosiveness and known for their ability to run and just how great of players they were. Just thinking like that. So as far as talent goes, Kobe Bryant was playing against a much better pool of talented individuals compared to Michael Jordan, who played against, I hate to say it, but Caucasian males that just, didn't really cut it, and people that just weren't as athletic as him. Whereas Kobe Bryant played against, equal talent or maybe even far greater athletic people than himself, and was still prospered and still was an amazing player. And then down to my last point, which this is kind of a personal opinion, but I got this off of Forbes website, and it is Forbes' biggest ballers. And the top two are Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. And this is actually written by Leon Cal. Don't really know who that guy is, but it states how much the player made in his career, okay? And Michael Jordan topped out at about $280 million as far as his playing career, while Kobe Bryant would pull in about 330, okay, and he would still actually be getting paid today, even after he had died. But it shows, and I found a lot of interesting things in this article, such as how Kobe Bryant while he was in the NBA, took a $2 million investment and made it into $80 million, okay? That is great success. While Michael Jordan, yes, has a personal brand, and yes, he's making tons of money off of that brand, and he is a billionaire, you have to look at the timeline that both players played basketball, and from the 4 years that Kobe Bryant was in retirement before he passed away. But in his 4 years that Kobe Bryant had retired before he passed away, that man had made almost, I think it was, what's the number? $350 million just off revenue and investments, okay? While Michael Jordan, in that same time span, would only make about $170 million, okay? So if you look at that track record over the time that Michael Jordan, has had in retirement and in his playing career, Kobe Bryant definitely outplays him in as far as marketability, as far as earnings and investments go. So I think, looking at this, Michael Jordan, he's a great player, but he is not as amazing as what most people think. And I think Kobe Bryant, on and off the court, showed that he is the greatest basketball player of all time and one of the most successful basketball players of all time. And whether I went ahead and major or change your opinion on this, I personally believe Kobe Bryant is the better basketball player.